is there still a stream going on or no?
Yeah, okay, here we
live
go.
right now.
We're back.
Go
We're back.
live.
The stream
Sweet.
has fucking returned. And I do fucking apologize, everybody. My computer took the piss. I don't even know. It just told me it needs to restart on, like, emergency or some shit. I don't fucking know. It's a piece of shit, okay? But, whatever. We're back now. And,
We have Jeff Holiday and someone
yeah, we got
else.
fucking Jeff Holiday and Wizard of Cause. These fucking these guys are fucking nice enough to come on our stream.
These fucking nonsense. Well, don't say I was nice, man. I was late by like an hour.
By like 3
Yeah.
weeks.
Well,
Yeah, he was 3
that
weeks
too.
late.
Yeah, that too. I was late quite a bit. I need honestly, man, like I need like a fucking assistant or something. I'm not big enough to be able to afford an assistant, but I need one.
Like get an
because
intern.
I'm just a mess.
Nick was saying the same thing to me, so
I need a carer. I need a
you boys
caregiver.
yeah, exactly. You boys need a collective carer, I think.
We do.
Yeah.
We honestly do. It's a fucking nightmare. It really is. Like when I get into like my autistic fucking like mode where I make a video or something like that, it's fine. I can stay like super focused and keep track of like a billion different fucking things. But if it's like, hey man, in exactly 2 hours you need to do this, I'll be like, yeah, no, I totally got it. 6 hours later, I'll be like, oh fuck, oh shit, I'm so sorry. I'm really sorry, guys. And I kind of feel like I need to pre-package apology baskets to be able to like mail out to people when I fuck up because it happens so often. So
I saw that posted.
Yeah, you're a piece of shit. Anyway,
that's how I feel lately about this show with the technical issues. Like, oh my god, I'm always apologizing to everyone, but you know what? Fuck you, motherfuckers. It's not my fucking fault.
That's a way to get an audience to stick around. just
There you go.
Just go the old channel awesome route.
So what you had a question about Sargon though, so I'm curious about that.
Again?
what was the question?
I don't know. You read somebody was asking me about. They wanted me.
Classic Daddy Sargon.
Okay, sure. What?
No one likes this bit.
in regards to Sargon's recent things in regards to UKIP and that kind of thing, like, what's your opinion?
Okay. Because keep in mind, like Carl is a really dear friend of mine. I love him very much. We're linked personal pages on Facebook. We share pictures with each other of our kids. You know, like we like each other, and I see him every time he comes to the States if I can. So we have a lot of love for each other as people. On the political scale, you know, I commonly have people asking me, well, what do you think about Sargon joining UKIP? And my response is always very simple. It's I wouldn't, but that's it. Like, I mean, I just wouldn't. I just would not. I wouldn't do it.
Why?
For myself,
Why?
I wouldn't do it.
Why?
Because if I was to get
no, assuming like you're a UK citizen kind
Right.
of thing.
right, yeah, no, and that's the thing that I think is there's two sides to it. There's the side of a baseline where I would not do it because there's a historical connotation towards UKIP that I think would be very difficult to overcome. But at the same time, if and I don't know, even being a friend of Sargon's, I don't know this for sure, but I'm hoping it is. If Sargon's desire to join UKIP is to be truly subversive and to change UKIP into effectively liberalistism, then awesome, because I really like the idea of subversive politics. I think that's a really cool idea.
It is. So
Right. The thing that drives me crazy though is like when you get into politics, especially when you're talking about European politics, there are so many loaded connotations with people that you have to talk to. For instance, here's a good one. If you have, say, Lauren Southern comes over and she attends a rally. Well, she can't now because she's banned from the UK. But say Lauren Southern comes over and she attends a rally. You got Generation Identity people,
wait,
and they're all.
hang on. Cease for a second. Do you
Sure.
agree with her being banned from the UK?
I neither agree nor disagree. That's entirely up to them. I respect their ability to make that decision for themselves.
I would also add, I'm surprised Lauren doesn't respect their national sovereignty more.
That's the funniest part about it, is that she doesn't respect their wishes as a nation.
Well, she does. She's not going there.
Oh no, she sneaked in again.
Oh,
Yeah, no, she did. She totally did.
I don't pay attention.
But there's a difference between Lauren Southern going to a European nation and Generation Identity going to a European nation and holding a rally and talking about the things that they're talking about, because Europe does actually face the imminent situation of having to deal with Islam coming in and maybe not acclimating to their culture. If they acclimated, I don't think anybody would have that much of a problem, aside from the hardcore alt-righters. But they're not acclimating, and that is a real problem in Europe. So I get that. But then when you have Lauren Southern coming into places like America and trying to tell us, like, we got to be wary of the Muslims, like, not really. Yes, there are problems. Yes, there are issues.
So wait, you're saying it's an issue for America? It's not an issue for America, but I'm
saying the cultures between like European countries, Western culture, European countries versus America is so distinctly different that I as an American am ill-equipped to be able to speak on what is going to be the proper way and what is going to be the most advantageous way to utilize political allies when you're trying to achieve a specific thing. But I can speak about how I feel about them when they come to America. When Lauren comes to America and she says, well, we got to make sure Islam isn't going to infect America, I can say, shut the fuck up, Lauren Southern. Shut the fuck up.
Wait, what? Why?
Because it's ridiculous and it's preposterous. It's not going to fucking happen. It's not going to fucking happen at all.
Bullshit.
No, it's not. It's not gonna happen. Yeah. It absolutely will not happen. No way. Bullshit. No, not even remotely. Bullshit. Not even a little bit. Mm-mm.
Are you kidding me? Bullshit.
Let me put it this way: what's the population of UK right now?
Fuck if I know. But I know what you're saying is bullshit.
Okay, well, let's see.
Barry, you sound really certain in that.
How is it bullshit?
I mean, how much faith do you have in the American culture itself?
Okay, so the population of the United Kingdom is 65.6 million people, right? I will guarantee you that more than that are hardcore, red-blooded, red-leaning, right-leaning, gun nut fucking people in America that at the very notion that there is true infiltration, and I don't mean just like, or maybe them Muslims trying to get the Sharia law, but like a real enaction of Sharia in any way in this country, that will not fucking fly. Simply by the numbers, by the fucking numbers. If for some reason we see a diametric shift in America where we have that number dwindle and there are so many soy drinking fucking gaping mouth, oh, I love this tabletop game, guys, kind of dudes, and suddenly it's in like the 150 million people ratio of dudes wanting to bring all the Muslims in with their child brides, and maybe I'd agree with you, but this is not the same political landscape. It's just not.
No, it's leaning towards that way. Because
what is leaning in the United States? No, direct question. What in the United States gives you any reason to believe that this country is actually going to go towards a Sharia law, sort of soft shoe approach to radical Islam kind of bullshit?
Yeah, we have that. Like,
I'm not saying that's going to be the case. I'm saying it's a progressive.
Claiming that it would not be the case is bullshit.
Well. Let's be charitable. Let's be charitable on this.
I'm saying this is a progressive way in regards to it's going to inevitably be the case, which is very fucking scary.
Yeah, I mean, if you buy into this notion that the left is controlling all the media, and then like,
well, they are.
Their agenda is open borders or whatever. I mean, I guess, dude. I guess.
The thing is,
give all that.
I think all this is really, and I'm sure someone will agree with me. This is all just a big smokescreen. Keep talking about the pedophile rings, the basement pedophiles. We need to talk more about these pedophile rings because they are goddamn everywhere. You can find
No,
them on
all
Twitter
right.
if you look hard enough. But I mean, honestly, yeah, from John Podesta up through Tom Hanks, we need to talk about this shit seriously because that's what we got by taking everything else seriously.
Oh, fuck yes.
I agree.
Yep,
There's
I agree.
there's a really huge disconnection, especially in America, when it comes to the political landscape on what actually controls the media. A lot of people are like, well, look at Hollywood, look at MSNBC, look at CNN, and it's all liberal or progressive controlled, so that's controlling our media. But that's not true.
Jews.
Yeah, well, like a lot.
Wait a
that's
second.
the
Hang on, you're not trying to
that's-
get the stream monetized, are you?
that's the underpinnings of
No,
some
currently.
what some
Okay,
people.
no,
We have no hope.
Oh
Yeah,
my god!
Not now. I'm gonna say Jews about 10 more times.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is Jeff about to pull a Sid and say it's all the Jews? All Jews
No
run
way.
the media.
No way. Well, don't get me. There's a lot of Jews who do run the media, but it's not all of them. But the thing is, you can't say
Wish it was all of them.
that all of the media, and especially all of the news media, is controlled by progressives or liberals when you literally have a monolith, a massive presence, which is Fox News. Fox News is the counterpoint to all of that. And this is no underground fucking network. This is a mainstream network funded by billionaires.
Sure,
Like-
but that doesn't take away from the point that most of it is
Most of what?
far left wing
How much
bullshit.
talk radio is far left wing bullshit?
Talk radio is far right wing bullshit, radio bullshit.
How
Like,
is
I don't live
how's
in
the,
America.
how's the counterculture narrative at 1.3 to upwards of 5 million subscribers going when you're talking about a counterculture narrative
right?
selling supplements to people
See, this is where I get
for
very.
selling fucking personality tests?
This is where I'm like,
what the fuck
hang on.
are we doing? I mean,
Why-
listen,
why
you're-
are you-
we're arguing
why-
about
hang on.
Sharia taking over the United States. That's where
No,
this
I'm
sort
not.
of began.
I'm not saying that. I'm
You
saying
started off
why
saying that
are
was
you-
bullshit, and then we progressed.
No, stop for a second. Stop. I'm saying, why are you defending far left points? Why?
I don't think anybody is, honestly. Do
It's
you know?
like you are.
Well,
It
do you
really
know where the far left talking points actually come from? Like, it's really simple. And even if you're a hardcore fan of Sargon, you'll be able to point this out. Where do
Sure.
all the far left talking points come from? And I mean far left. All of these talking points come from universities. 100%.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they're not on TV. They are not, like, MSNBC is not far left at all.
I'm very much against these lecturers going,
Sure.
going, here are my kids. I'm going to advocate for them to be advocates for these points.
Me too. Me too.
When they should be just teaching their fucking degrees. Like, it makes no sense.
But I feel the same way about Jordan Peterson.
In what regard?
In what regard? Holy shit. Oh my god, man. Like, I'm not calling Jordan Peterson far right. I don't think he's far right at all. But he's very right wing. He's very right wing. And I know more except the notion, which is something that I had to experience when I was trying to get a biology degree, that I had to learn about multiculturalism in the burgeoning development of early American history, like or women's studies. Like, I'm no more tolerant of that than I am Jordan Peterson trying to tell us that we need to live our lives based on an idealized notion of hardcore Judeo-Christian values. I don't believe in these things. I don't believe in any of this shit. I honestly don't. But if we're talking about the far left and we're talking about things like Antifa, we're talking about resurgence of people believing in socialism or communism, these things are not coming out of the media. These things are coming out of universities. And if anybody who's been at university and has then reached their 30s will tell you, you never hold true to those ideals. It's a passing fad, and eventually you become a bitter, angsty fucking American. You're like, yeah, I claimed I was a communist so I could get laid a few times, and then I kind of got over it, and now whatever. Yeah, maybe I went and I joined a protest, and like I got violent or something like that, but then I just grew the fuck up. But that's the notion of anybody in America who's over 30 understands this, that these radicals are young, and they're always young, and they always grow out of it. Whereas the far right radicals are not young.
No.
They stretch the fucking gamut, and they're a constant, persistent danger to actual society. Now, don't get me wrong, far left is dangerous.
I agree with that assessment.
Hang on now. You're off on a point. You're off on a point there, Jeff. And then you say like they're all young. The radicals are the professors now, too.
Yeah.
And so they're not that young. These are people in their 30s, approaching their 40s. People who are like,
it's a very small subset of people, though.
yeah, well, that's the root and cause of it. But I mean, this, you know, it's the same thing though. It's like I mean, people say it's a left-leaning media. No, it's a profit-driven media. Like movies themselves, watch. I guarantee you this. It's just in the film level, right? People are sick of this social justice, feminist, diversity narrative shit infecting Hollywood. Watch how quick another subversive counterculture film scene comes out that's not politically driven as much as it's just taboo driven. This is where we got Trauma. Right. This is where we got like the late 90s, early 2000s film scene, which gave the directors we love even today.
Yeah, that kind of stuff.
The culture is going to go on its own. It's going to get sick of this identity politics shit. Which is why I say like this whole like, hey, we're gonna turn the tables and feed them their own medicine shit. That only exacerbates it and drags it out in a different market even longer. The point is when you let a culture get sick of a stupid narrative that you just persistently say is stupid, and then you learn to be funny about how stupid it is, which makes more people pay attention to it. People call it meme magic. It's comedy. Comedy was owned by the left for the longest time. You had your Bill Hicks and your George Carlins. And if anyone tries to say they're, you know, conservative, you're going to have a very difficult argument on your hands if you watch one of their fucking stand-up specials. But all the same, it was because that was a counterculture against a moral panic cultural narrative that was being jammed down everyone's throat. And then the left's like, hey, we're going to feed them their own medicine. And they did the same thing. And then it got worse from there. And now we're going to get another batch of shit getting worse before an actual popular culture takes off by virtue of genuinely rejecting it, which could potentially take another generation.
Yeah, sure. What's your opinion on lecturers actually saying to the kids they're teaching, going, be advocates for Marxism?
Oh, no, okay, go ahead, please, continue.
No. Yeah, be advocates for Marxism. Be advocates for this kind of mentality, which is happening across the US.
If there's one thing I think,
fucking stop.
Well, if there's one thing that I would give you absolutely wholeheartedly is that, and it's a lot like what somebody in the chat, none other, was talking about, is when you have these professors and they start espousing these far left ideologies, and a lot of these end up being ideologies that are inherently violent. Just like I would not be cool with a teacher spouting off 1488 kind of ideology, I'm not cool with people trying to spread Marxist ideology. I'm really not.
No,
but the difference is, though, is that if you're to take the perspective of how the political climate in America is based on a lot of the popular political commentators on YouTube, they paint this idea that this is an overriding problem in America, and it's not. It's not even fucking remotely, not even a little bit. Like we're right now. Bullshit. No. Right now, Portland is a fucking battleground, right, between like the Proud Boys and Antifa, and they've been like violently clashing and beating the shit out of each other. Patriot Prayer, right? And of course this is a problem. There's civil disruption.
No, at this point, it's a problem across America. These people
really
are no. Okay, these professors are going, okay, be advocates. Be advocates in their fucking classrooms in the same respect as if it was a fucking a Christian fucking person saying, be advocates for Christianity.
Right.
God is your God and Savior.
Right.
It's the same fucking sense.
Well, then
It's the same fucking sense.
Let me ask.
They need to be fucking removed.
Let me ask you a question. This is a very serious question. Let me ask you a question.
Sure.
How many colleges do you think are infected in America with this?
I have no idea.
I would. This is just a ballpark thing, but because I live here and I've been to college and I actually was involved in college, seeing this kind of shit happening. I'll tell you honestly, it's less than 1% of all colleges actually have this happening.
One is too many.
Well, no, yeah, any is too many. Any is
I
too
wouldn't
many.
say that. I think it's, there's certain departments that have issues that are pretty widespread. I think it's making those kinds of courses mandatory so that people have to be exposed to that type of thing is kind of an issue. But I mean, I also have been to a number of different colleges, and like I've experienced professors that kind of push their ideology everywhere. Like it just happens. I don't know.
Did any of them try and did any of the professors that you went to, did they advocate for you to go out into the street and cause violent physical disruptions?
Oh, definitely not. I think the biggest issue that I had was I had an assistant professor who gave out college credit for like supporting her cultural appropriation movement or something like that. I was very opposed to. But
right. I think maybe that's the thing that we gotta keep in mind is like there's a very specific difference between crazy Marxist professors that are trying to encourage kids to go out there into the streets and enact political violence versus people who are opportunistic, far lefty, like self-important virtue signaling fucking hacks. And there's a big difference between those. They're both annoying, and neither should happen.
There is a difference. The difference is one should not be employed. The other is just virtue signaling. That's
right. Right. No, and I'm with you 100%. 100%. Absolutely. I'm 100% with you.
It's the same thing. Like, if it's the same thing with religion, like I said before, like if you're spouting your ideology in your class and not your actual what your like skill set is,
your curriculum,
that is meant to be proposing, then go fuck yourself. Like,
sure.
If you're doing that, go fuck off.
Yeah, no, dude, I'm with you on that.
I have a bit of devil's advocate to play them.
Okay,
I think
cool.
just visiting lecturers, I actually think that extreme ideas ought to be argued thoroughly before them in that sort of setting for the purpose of when they go to class. Shut the fuck up. I was offering a fucking point.
Not if you're a teacher.
Come on, Cravage, let him talk.
We're just visiting lecturers, right? Let them go before. I mean, this is the classic Holocaust deniers on college campuses thing. Let speakers go, let lecturers go before college campuses, and let lecturers even part of curriculum when it comes to political theory. Let them go and argue the best case they can in front of a class full of people, and then let them actually go back to class, the real class where they're supposed to be learning, and let them explore what they were exposed to. Like, let those be the lectures. I mean, shit, in philosophy, it was it went in a very similar way. I remember, like, the early philosophy classes I was taking, I sat in a lecture hall at St. Anselm, and it was a big lecture about, about like Socrates' approaches to everything. And it was a very dedicated thing saying, this is Socrates' argument for everything that we're going to present you with. Here it is. There wasn't like a point counterpoint. But the problem is when they get back to class. It's when people like George Cicarello Meyer teach a class that is lectured by Comrade Starbucks, and that's Dan Arrell. Now, when you get that combination and that's part of the standard curriculum, that's just a socialism course. That's what that is. That's a communism course. Yep. And that's not anything remotely akin to what they're teaching. But let the worst of the worst actually speak before students, and then make examining critically the ideas that are presented the actual fucking coursework. Everyone just wants to change course in terms of what ideology has power. And it's like if you can actually if you can develop an environment where people are critically thinking about the information they're presented with rather than just nodding like a bunch of dopey retards on the internet, all of a sudden you might actually have people who are engaging with the topics and ideas on a better level than those which cause them to run out to quote unquote protests, which are nothing more than opportunities for brawls so they can reenact the worst scenes from gangs in New York.
No, I agree.
I agree as well.
I kind of agree, but it seems like you sound like you want them to spout their points of view, that their subjective points of view, not their objective. Like,
I'll be honest with you, if I would love it, and in my own mind, I would love the idea of if you're teaching basically like an advanced political science sort of history-based course in 20th century politics, right? I would love to see somebody who thinks that they can genuinely argue and lecture on behalf of fascism come up and give the best fucking case they can to students who are taught about what these schools were, what their failings were, why they didn't work, what worked, how we've built the societies that we have, actually learn to critically think outside of boxes set up by dumb fucks who are mainly at this point like social media and cable news pundits. And actually, adopt, like listen to like 45 minutes of a fascist argue fascism. Listen to that shit. And then at the same time, the next lecture is going to be on why Stalinist communism was a functional idea. Whatever the fuck, right?
I could not agree more. That's why I totally support having Sid on. And I would like to have Sid on some more, even though he's clearly an anti-Jew, whatever. I liked having him on Wednesday, and I'm totally on board for having that kind of platform. That's kind of like what we want to do here.
Exactly.
When kids get out of high school, right, they stop having to go to class mandatorily. And when you get to college, if you don't go to class and you fuck that class up, that's your fucking problem, pal. You're paying for it, right?
Right.
But even with that, in the same token as we're like, well, this is the point in which we expect you to be, responsible enough to handle this schedule. At the same time, also say this is the point we're also expecting you to be genuinely responsible with these ideas. Like we're gonna tell you why the National Socialism movement in Germany was a good thing, and if you come back to the point that it was a bad thing on your own, congratulations, you're not necessarily a fucking moron. But now you understand why it's bad, rather than just the fact that some dipshit on the internet called a guy you don't like from Fox News a Nazi.
Right. Well, okay. So, and one thing though, and because we started this out by fucking flying my garage. What the fuck? Fuck off. Okay, sorry. So the reason why we started off on this conversation is because we were talking about Sargon and like one of the biggest monkey wrenches that have been thrown into it's not even my relationship with Sargon, because we're fine. We're totally fine, even though we don't agree on this spot. But one of the things that he and I disagree on so very much, and it is actually a sticking point, it does actually bother me, is that he is of the mind that we need to be dealing with the far left more than we need to deal with the far right, and that the far right does not have teeth. And I very much disagree with that. I very much disagree with that. I think the far right has far more teeth than people want to actually acknowledge. But to acknowledge it is an uncomfortable position for them.
Bullshit.
Oh, for sure. Look at the Supreme Court. I mean, right now that's the big issue, right?
I fundamentally disagree.
That's the big thing that kept me from voting for Trump, for sure.
I really do.
Honestly, I really didn't care. But like I thought about the Supreme Court possibilities, and I was like,
what do you think about Brett Kavanaugh?
The right is much more of they're fun in regards to the left and the far left. The left is fucking retarded.
The far left. Because keep in mind, I don't know, like I try and keep an eye on how things are in Europe and especially in UK, but here in America, 80% of people are centrists. They are. 80% of the people in this fucking country are centrists. By comparison to the far extremes of this, most people in America are totally chill. Even if you're a fucking gun nut, hardcore Christian, I love my America. If you go up to like good old Jim Bob, Billy Bob Thornton, you're like, hey man, what do you think about two dudes getting married? He'd be like, well, as long as they ain't trying to like indoctrinate my children into wanting to be some gay old faggots, like that's fine. It's cool. Let them live their fucking lives. They don't give a shit. They don't give a shit. They don't give a shit. Nobody gives a shit.
Yeah. Who do you think the biggest one of the biggest conservationist blocks is politically, guys?
Mm.
Who would you think?
What do you mean?
Like, well, no, in terms of like environmental conservation, who do you think one of the biggest conservationist groups is in terms of demographics? Do you think it's like Crunchy Granola PETA set?
Oh, it's like hunters. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking
Yep.
hunters and
100%.
and people who live in the rural parts that they say they don't give a fuck about. Those people, they give more of a fuck about the environment than anybody else.
The only right wingers who are like, I don't believe in climate change, are fucking right wingers who live in cities, who don't understand what is actually happening in the natural world. You go out into the boonies and you go and you talk to like some right winger. He might be a hardcore Trumper and shit. But you start talking about him about like environmental concerns or about climate change and that shit. He's actually very invested. He's very interested in what's actually happening. Like the whole idea of this whole model of how society and media wraps things around in like the right or the left dichotomy starts to break down the more you actually talk to people. The more you talk to people, the more you realize that this insulated, like spoon-fed fucking bullshit that the media and the internet and all these fucking media corporations from both sides try and feed you is bullshit. It's totally fucking bullshit. The far left is a wingnut stupid piece of shit. The far right is a wingnut stupid piece of shit. But here in America, the vast majority of people are good, hardworking, decent human beings. Whether that's like a soy drinking latte leftist, whether that's a hardcore working mill worker, fucking right wing Republican, it doesn't fucking matter. Most people in America are very centrist, very moderately minded people, and they get along more than they disagree. The thing that's the problem, and this is the real fucking problem, there are two enemies to people actually having any type of progress in this country, and it isn't about right or left. It's about the media, and it's about politicians, both of which are trying to tell us that we are not supposed to fucking get along. There's supposed to be something out there in between our beliefs that mean that we're not supposed to find a common ground. There is only two sides, and there are only these perspectives, and there's no bleed over whatsoever. But that's bullshit. There are over 250 million fucking people in this country, and most of them agree on basic fundamentals of human life. And we all agree on 90% of everything out there. And somehow we're supposed to be hypnotized by these pieces of shit in the fucking media, the popular fucking culture, these fucking pathetic, grandstanding fucking YouTubers and these politicians with jerking off on the fucking national television, trying to tell us how we are different because of 5% of our opinions. That's fucking evil, dude. The Marxist fucking college students, the right-wing fucking neo-Nazi dudes, because my grandpappy was a racist, so I'm a racist. These people are irrelevant. They're fucking irrelevant. They mean nothing. They mean fucking nothing. The enemy to people actually finding a common ground has nothing to do with the actual people of the country. It has everything to do with people trying to paint it and categorize it into a neat little package so that they have a really good talking point and they can keep making inane, stupid videos or broadcasts about shit that doesn't fucking matter. That's what I have to say about that.
Can you tell us how you really feel, though?
Take too much energy.
I take no issue with that.
I don't have a problem.
God bless
with
America.
anything
That's
you
all I
said
can
there.
say. That's all I can say to that.
Fuck yeah, man. Absolutely.
I agree with everything you just said, by the way.
And that's one of the things, though, too, is like, you know, when you ask about like my relationship with Sargon, Sargon doesn't live in America. You know, the Europe and the UK have very different problems than we do. Very, very different problems. And I do have a little bit of a problem sometimes in people who are European and believe that they understand the culture or the spirit of America, trying to speak for America.
What about the Tommy Robinson?
Tommy
Robinson has ever tried to speak for America.
No, dude, Tommy. Okay, I'll tell you what. I both am a fan and a detractor of Tommy Robinson at the same time.
I'd love to hear the detractor. Go.
Okay. Well, I'm a supporter because Tommy very publicly stated when what he created became something that he wasn't comfortable with, he stepped away from it. That takes a lot of fucking guts. A lot of guts. I can't speak to what's in his heart. I don't know if he still holds extremist ideals or not. It doesn't seem like he does.
Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean it holds extremist ideals? What do you mean?
Like taking nationalism beyond what nationalism inherently needs to be.
Like what? What has he hate?
Well, no. So what I'm talking about is like the media representation of Tommy. The media will paint Tommy as like he's not cool with anybody coming from any Muslim country, and I know that Tommy has never actually said that. I know that Tommy has been, but Tommy has never said contrary. He's just been careful not to say that in specific. So you get into this trap, right? Where is Tommy against all Muslims? Well, he's never said that he was against all Muslims, but he's never specifically said that he's okay with Muslims as long as they acclimate. As far as I know, I might be wrong. So no,
that is his position. His position,
right? And if that's what he believes, then I'm very, very supportive of that idea, because I believe assimilation is the very basis for immigration. 100%, absolutely.
Yeah, of course.
I think it should be a requirement, an unflinching, unwavering requirement. If you want to move over, you have to assimilate. If you don't, then fuck off. You know. But there's a detractor area to it as well, and a lot of it is kind of a guilt by association thing, which is why I don't really I don't put down a box, I don't stand up, and I don't but I do pay attention of Tommy does do work with a lot of identitarian groups, and it's not that I automatically
hang on, stop. What do you mean? Who?
Like Generation Identity. What
groups?
Generation Identity is probably the biggest one. Matthew Sellner and Lauren Southern and all those kids. And
are they identitarians?
Oh my God! Not,
dude. They're called Generation Identity.
Not be that stupid. Come on.
They're literally called Generation Identity, but that's the thing. Like, even if they are an identitarian group, doesn't necessarily mean that they're evil. Doesn't mean that they're necessarily racist or bad.
That's a dumb position to have. An identitarian is I mean,
no, yeah, I'm fundamentally against identitarianism. So.
Same, dude. Same, bro. Same. 100%. And so but that's the thing, that it doesn't make me immediately upset about it, but it makes me wary and not want to be like, go Tommy, go. It's like you hang out with just kind of some sketch people, and I just don't really know how comfortable I am being super into it. Because I've been burned before. I promoted a YouTuber that I really, really liked, and I thought they were great. Yes, they were anti-SJW. Yes, they seem to be right-leaning, but that's cool. I got a lot of right-leaning friends. 2 months later, they're like, let's talk about the JQ. By the way, did you know that blacks are inherently IQ-based stupid? Ugh. So I watch for this shit, and a lot of it comes out of identitarian groups. That doesn't mean that everybody who ascribes to an identitarian group is a racist or a piece of shit. Obviously not. But it means that I have to be wary of these things, and I think that people should be more aware of it and watch out for those talking points, so that maybe and this is like the net good that comes out of it. If you are very wary of an identitarian group, and you voice your displeasure when an identitarian group starts to espouse things that you think are actually very troubling, that group, even if they might hold actual supremacist or racist views, might then have to modify themselves to okay, well, is it more important for us to be racist, or is it more important for us to espouse our nationalist moral values? Can we give up being racist to maintain this culture that we want to preserve? And if they're willing to shed the racism to get into their cultural battle, then that's a win. That's a win for everybody, because that group just became at least in somewhat kind of moderate and understanding. That's a net gain. That's a net plus. There's nothing wrong with that.
I don't think you actually disagree with Tommy on anything.
I don't think I necessarily do either.
From what you just said, so
I'd have a fucking pint with the dude if I was in London. Fuck yeah, absolutely.
Actually, you fundamentally disagree with anything. So,
yeah, not really. I mean, if Tommy's of the mind that every person coming into the UK who was a Muslim acclimated and adopted the culture of the UK. If he'd be cool with that, then like that would be the only thing that I might disagree with him on. And then yeah, dude, I'd fucking even campaign for the motherfucker. I don't give a shit. That's cool.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah, fuck you.
Yeah, I mean, so the issue then becomes like when these countries decide to bring on so many refugees that it's impossible to like get these people to, you know, adjust to the culture in the kind of time frame that they're required, because they're literally coming over on raps and stuff like that, right?
Actually,
Right.
Jay, I sent you a video that of Sargon and PJW.
Fuck Paul Joseph Watson, dude. Fuck Paul Joseph Watson.
You love him, Jeff. You fucking love him.
I know.
Yeah.
100. I'm very forgiving of a lot of people, but anybody who works for InfoWars can suck my fucking dick.
Oh wow, you're
But the memes,
Nope.
the memes are funny.
The
Yeah.
meme, dude. I can't even laugh at the memes anymore, man. I can't even laugh at the memes. It is officially like
The dark
I
day.
can't-
man.
like
It
like
is-
this
it is.
combo. It's just him and Sargon talking for like 45 minutes. That's
yeah.
fucking
Well,
great.
I'm really glad it's Sargon and not me, because I would rip into him. I couldn't even. That's the thing. Like, and I understand this is a failing of me. This, and I'm not trying to make any excuses at all. This is a failing of me because of what I understand of InfoWars and what I've had to deal with because of InfoWars. If I was in a room with Paul Joseph Watson, nothing productive would have happened. I would have completely shouted at him for every dog shit thing his company ever did and demand if he's a decent human being, he would quit. Flat out. 100%. Maybe that's me being a totalitarian fucking soy drinking left-wing progressive. Maybe that's me. But I have no patience and no chill for fucking InfoWars anymore. I'm done. I'm officially divorced from it.
Jay, can you bring up that video?
You want to bring up a 45-minute video?
Well, no.
Let's crash the stream.
I don't
Jay.
think anyone
That
knows
hasn't happened in a
Like,
while.
just, go into like
don't-
20 minutes or something.
20 minutes? 20 minutes? Just
20
jump-
minutes
oh,
in.
just-
I actually
whatever.
I got a bolt here in about 5 minutes though, guys.
All right.
There's your answer, Creamage. There's your answer.
Yeah,
No,
fuck you,
I think
Creamage. No,
the underlying theme of the night is really like there's this like thin line between, okay, we want to talk to everybody, like we do want to provide this platform for people to come on, so we can scrutinize stupid ideas and,
Right.
and we can like sharpen our own like our own ideals and stuff like that. But then like anytime if we bring the wrong people on, then people are complaining that we're platforming, you know, Nazis and shit like that.
Well, I mean, like I would
Hang on, who's doing that? I mean, if you can get Paul Joseph Watson or even some like InfoWars fanboy who's got a really Angel Fire site, I don't fucking know, but if you can manage to get that and have a conversation with them, that's a show. Like you put on a show. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't really give a shit about the platforming of people. What bothers me when it comes to big horse shit, like, you know, fucking conspiracy theory and other dog shit science like that, is when I see a critical mass build to where certain people take them really seriously.
right.
Yeah.
Because if you're the kind of person who will actually run a story about the Sandy Hook shooting being a false flag operation, if you're gonna do that, and then you're gonna like try to coast through that and just try and basically like duck and weave the asteroid belt that is the lawsuit series that comes at you, and then after that you're gonna have your new rising star, like the dude's already been fucking popped openly and doesn't even defend himself about having taken a guy's DM on Twitter saying, "Hey, I'm with NBC. I've got this hot election news. Can I give it to you?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'll run it and get Alex to give commentary too if I can." And then when he gets popped for that and he gets called for it, and I know because I was the one who did this on Twitter directly, his direct response to, "What about this bullshit?" while you're trying to talk about the fake mainstream media, How are you going to defend yourself then when you fell for this? And his response was, "Look at my views."
Yeah,
If that's the media fucking culture you want to defend, you want to live in, you want to create for like, you know, the 21st century. Let me know when it really is about to hit critical mass, because I want to kill myself just before that happens. So I don't.
Okay. So and this is really important too, and it's kind of like bouncing off of that as well. I believe in political discourse. I believe in talking to people that you disagree with quite a bit. I really do like it, and I think it's pretty important. But one of the most important qualities of that is they have to be honest. I would sit down right now and have a conversation with somebody who is a fucking hardcore neo-Nazi. And I used to be a sharp. Like, I used to be in a fucking violent-ass gang that used to beat up fucking neo-Nazis. But I would sit down and I would have a conversation with a neo-Nazi who's open and honest about his supremacist ideals before I would ever sit down and talk to Paul Joseph Watson. Now, the reason why is very simple. The reason why is absolutely simple. The person who's a hardcore neo-Nazi, there's a reason why he feels the way he feels. There's a long history behind all of this, and all of it is a human condition. It's all a human experience. It's a lot of things that came together to make him who he is. Paul Joseph Watson.
Wait, hang on. Are you saying he's a neo-Nazi, or?
No, I'm saying like this made-up person that I would talk to before I would talk to Paul Joseph Watson has these ideas, and there's a long-standing history of how he came to what he believes, but he's still a person. Paul Joseph Watson is not a person. Paul Joseph Watson is a manufactured, made-up machine based upon how he can maximize his capitalization of people's attention. He's not a real fucking human being. Neither is Alex Jones. Neither is fucking anybody in the goddamn media that has any actual clout or attention. None of these people are real fucking people. They're not. They have to answer to a bottom line. They have to answer to being able to like maximize how much their company is going to achieve. These people are not honest actors. They're not honest people who are going to give you their open-hearted opinion of what they feel. A dude trying to tell me why he thinks the Jews run everything and why he thinks blacks are subhuman is a more honest person than somebody out there being like, well, the leftists and blah, 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 blah. Propagandist fucking jack-off bullshit. He's not a fucking human being. He's not a real person.
He doesn't think blacks are subhuman or Jews. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, when you're talking about pundits and stuff, that they're like an amalgamation of the views of their target audiences, right?
That's right. That's right. Yeah, no, I'm not saying Paul Joseph Watson is even comparable to those people. I'm saying those people are extremists, but I'd rather talk to those extremists than I would rather talk to Paul Joseph Watson, because Paul Joseph Watson is not a real fucking human being. Exactly. They are actually real people.
Those people are saying we need freedom of speech.
Oh my God. Those are the people who are saying that? I was wondering who had been saying that.
I didn't realize that 250 million people in this country all think that we need freedom of speech. Thank God! Thank fucking God! Thank God we got some British twink on InfoWars telling us we need freedom of speech, guys! Thank fuck! It's not like our entire country believes it!
No, they don't. They really don't.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
310 million people. Not 250 million.
What a fucking whatever. Like 99% of the goddamn country believes in freedom of speech. But if you listen to Paul Joseph Watson, there's only a brief amount of people who believe in freedom of speech. And fuck off. Fuck you. Eat shit, Paul. What a stupid piece of shit. I swear to God, these propagandist pieces of shit. And this is the problem. The problem isn't even like the far extremes of these. It is exactly the media and the politician trying to paint us in this belief that nobody believes this. Everybody believes it. Everybody believes in freedom of speech. Everybody does.
Wow, bullshit.
If he wasn't listening,
bullshit, Jeffy.
I'm gonna push back. Guys, I'm gonna push back on him here. Let me push back, Jeff. If the machine, if the Illuminati, the reptilians, whoever it might be, who's behind it all, who's behind the Jews, who's behind it all,
all right.
If they were really serious, I mean, they'd have like silenced them on YouTube and Facebook and shit, right?
Oh yes.
Okay.
So we can't go discounting. We can't go discounting that, and by extension, we can't discount the fact that maybe Sandy Hook was in fact a false flag operation, and at the same time, maybe NBC and CBS got together and actually like colluded. Now, it wasn't Russians; it was the media colluding, trying to throw the election for Hillary. But the Donald carried it off. So Jeff, I don't know. I mean, do you really want to keep talking shit about Paul Joseph Watson at this point? He's got.
I want to fist him. Anyway, I'm gonna get out of here, guys. Look, this has been a lot of fun, and I'm really sorry that it took so long for me to actually get on the show. But invite me again. Invite me again and harass me so I actually show up. Okay.
Wait, Jeff.
No problem, Jeff. No problem.
Jeff, are you gonna go fuck Mem right now?
No, Mems has got a bunch of shit. I'm gonna go to the block party that I have people waiting for me on. I gotta go. I gotta get down there.
All right. Well, it's been great having you, mate.
Yeah, thanks, Jeff. It was fun.
I've had a lot of fun, and I mean it though. Like I will 100% show up again, but I'm just such a piece of shit. It's really hard to get me to remember.
You're too fucking Hollywood, Jeff. You're too Hollywood.
That'd be nice. Yeah. All right. Cheers. Hey, love you guys. Talk to you later.
I'll blow you one day.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, it's a way to make sure a guest comes back. Be like, come back again, maybe. You put your cock in my mouth. Yeah, there you go. Hey, holy shit! You know what? Google Calendars is a thing all of a sudden.
Everyone wants to fucking dirty Australians blowjob.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
We got diseases you ain't never heard.
What are you doing? You
Creamage, how's that salad bowl?
We got one.
It's still fucking
what turn you into a fucking drop bear? No shit. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you want to tell the audience?
Shut the fuck up. Drop bears are fucking scary, right?
I know, especially when they rape you and then like you get an STD from them and you turn into one of them and it's like District 9 all over again.
Yeah, exactly. Like I can't walk under a tree without getting fucking raped.
Well, I mean, I can hear it from your voice. You're probably a dainty lad. So yeah, I mean that's the same thing in like Detroit. So
yeah,
Detroit,
exactly.
Brooklyn, anywhere you go in the U.S. If I listen, I read the Guardian. I don't know if you read the Guardian, but I read the Guardian. Anywhere you go in the U.S., a boy like you would be viciously raped on the daily, and then you give birth to a koala. So yeah, what's the next topic, boys?
Fuck.
Colin J.
Other than the Creamage's fucking hard on for Sargon, finally move on from
hard
that
on
shit.
Sargon, what it do?
Let's get off of that. Fuck Sargon.
You need to
grill.
You need to make
everyone on Sargon.
He needs to make an in-depth, like, personal vlog video where he expresses it like, in Sargon, much like Jordan Peterson, I found a way to forget all of the drop bear rapes that happened. I was just coming home from work, and then all of a sudden this fucking raccoon drops on me and starts plunging my asshole. Yeah, no, I'm seeing...
All right, Jeff.
That could go for a ways, man. You could actually drag that out for, like, a whole 3 videos.
Jeff, I'm sick of your shit, all right?
That's good, because he's gone.
Yeah,
Yeah, talking about Creamage has got all this energy built up. He's been waiting to confront Jeff for like a month. You can't.
No, fuck you. That's you.
Wait, hang on. You've been waiting to confront him for a whole month, and you did it in this way by platforming the shit out of him, huh?
That's on a shred. That's on a shred.
Okay.
Oh, whatever.
Creamage, I want what here's what I want to know. You always say I agree with Sargon on everything. I agree with Sargon on everything. Well, can you ever tell us what's like those things are? You fucking say that a million fucking times. You didn't fucking go anywhere with it. You fucking you grill everybody on Sargon. Just give us a break. Give us a break.
I want to hear like an Instagram video clipping of him just being clean your room, like clean your lobsters.
Wait. Sargon is now. What the fuck?
Dude, make a video talk about suck Sargon's dick for about half an hour. Everyone,
the way you've been fucking like slopping like a tray through the swamps of misery through this fucking Sargon bit of yours. This thing, I'm halfway wondering if your thing is like, no, and it was like that time you said the 14 words. You remember that? Like, wait, I don't think you've been looking at fan clips, haven't you?
No, I'd love to hear. Like, Sargon said this. Ergo.
Who gives a fuck, dude? He's like, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. He's trying to go. He wants to be mainstream political. He wants to start a political movement where he is. Move to where he is, and then become a voter of his, because he's going to be running for office in no time. I'm sure of it.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, so go do that. No, yeah, it'll be like the Free State Project here in the U.S. It's going to work out great.
You know what you should do, Creamage? You should
shut the fuck up.
No, Creamage. You should get Marshall Manson to make a meme song about him running for government, and then he'll win.
Clean your tape.
What, Nick? Would you vote for Sargon?
No.
No?
No.
Are you fucking kidding me?
What if I lived in the UK? Would I vote for Sargon?
Yes.
Would I vote for UKIP? No, I probably wouldn't vote to begin with.
Yeah.
I barely vote here. And would I vote specifically? What if I could vote Sargon for Prime Minister of the England? No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't.
Sargon of the England.
I mean, Creamage writes in Sargon when he votes anyway.
I wrote in my brother's cat last time I voted. The only reason I went and voted is because I lost a bet and got a blowjob in the same bet.
Dude, Sargon is correct about everything, and just everyone. You're about
to turn into. I forget her name now, but it was from the Candid scandals. Like, you're about to turn into the new harmful opinions is God. You're gonna turn into her in just a moment. You're gonna be like, Sargon is right about everything, though. And
Sargon is right about.
And it's just gonna be you watching fan clips, and then you're gonna get drunk one time, and you'll be like, "That time you told me that time I remember Sargon told me to clean my taint, Bucko." Wait, that might have been a Jordan Peterson meme. Oh fuck! My whole philosophy and ideology is suddenly corrupted by the fact that I haven't actually been paying attention to everything.
What are you doing? Sargon is correct about everything, you fucking cunt.
Oh my god.
Someday I'll get through to you, Creamage. Someday, dude.
Dude, don't you know you need to suck Justin Wang's dick if you want your channel to grow right now?
Justin Wang. I don't even know who the fuck that is.
Oh, it's an entertaining.
I'm out of the loop.
Channel. No, Wang's got a great channel. Justin Wang. He's good.
Wang.
Yeah. He actually provides you with it's kind of like it's cotton candy. It's shit your brain can just chew on and then not worry about, and then you get diabetes from, but then you blame it on something else. No, Wang's got a great channel. Yeah. And here you are saying Sargon is always right. You know who is always right? iDubbbz. Where are you on that shit?
Oh my god. Yes, I agree.
So why don't you shut your gay retard mouth, huh?
No, you know who's actually always right is TJ Kirk. That's the truth.
Yes, well, I mean, if you ask TJ Kirk, yeah, he's always right.
TJ Kirk is almost always right, except about cigarettes. But everything else is right.
About cigarettes.
I can speak that
cigarettes are bad.
No, because he needs to stop smoking so he doesn't die and leave us. But that's no fucking he smoke. Smoking's cool. I agree with him on that too. Yeah, smoking's cool. I agree with TJ on everything.
Smoking need.
No, you know what? You see, unlike you, no, hang on. Unlike you, Creamage, I actually do admit that TJ's wrong about some things. Okay, I'm whatever.
Not smoking.
You could no. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of things I disagree with fucking TJ about. Okay, and I admit that TJ's not always right, but you actually fucking you're a little fucking meme of yourself. Okay, you just fucking Sargon's always right, and I always agree with him. And fucking what does that fucking mean? Creamage.
I just want to see, dude. I want to see you go onto Twitter. I want to see you start retweeting Ben Shapiro with hashtag Sargon is always right. There you go.
Fuck Ben Shapiro.
That's just for fun.
TJ is right about everything.
Ben Shapiro is fucking retarded, dude. Fuck that.
TJ is right about it.
At least his face fits his head, unlike Charlie Kirk.
I think TJ's in the chat.
Charlie Kirk looks like a photoshopped version of like a side character from Team America.
Hey, Charlie Kirk? What? Scotty? Do you mean Scotty Kirk?
What?
Charlie Kirk? No.
Charlie Kirk?
Oh, thank God it hasn't spread this far yet. You're like this remote island of ignorance that has been shielded from these battering tsunami waves of utter horseshit, apparently.
I stay away from the fucking YouTube bullshit. I stick around. I stay away from all the bullshit. I don't pay attention to people or things. I just have a show where I talk about irrelevant.
And then you get upset, and then one of you gets upset with me for not making the show on time.
Yeah. Whatever. I just stay up to date on things.
Yeah,
I'm a lazy stoner.
Fuck you, Nick. Like, you come back on whenever you want to.
All over the place. All over the show. All over the chat. Whenever I want. Give me a wrench. I'm in the chat now. Just give me a wrench.
You fucking wrench where?
Yeah, give him a fucking wrench up the ass.
Give me a wrench so I can come back.
I mean, you know what that means. If you give him a wrench, you have to take a wrench away from someone.
What, YouTube only gives you so many wrenches?
No, we have a strict limit on the number of people.
This is what I was talking about in the other stream about misinterpreting marks. It's not about limiting the number of wrenches in the YouTube chat. It's about making sure everyone can work in the factory.
We're controlling the supply and demand in order.
No, fuck you. I will give wrenches to whoever the fuck I want to, Red. Okay, you're gonna tell me who the fuck I can't give wrenches to? It's my fucking channel, piece of shit.
Yep. It's not what I said at all. It's not what I said at all.
And Nick will have a fucking wrench.
All right, hang the fuck on, Jay. Is there people that want to jump in the chat?
Oh, hey,
Bryce, this is really Cam. I was gonna start cooking.
Fuck you.
Yeah,
no.
Cam, do you want to come in? Cam is our regular Jordan Peterson personality.
Oh
yes, yeah. This is a Jordan Peterson.
TJ already fucking beat the shit out of Cam.
Go ahead and say, he said he's down to hop in. So if you want to send him the stuff,
let's go, boys. Let's do it.
You okay with that, Nick?
You told me fucking. I was told 2 hours.
It's not a fight or anything like that.
No, I was told 2 hours.
Yeah. No, we're ready to wrap up soon, guys. You know, fucking it's just fucking bring Cam on everybody. We had a fucking. You motherfuckers! Hey. You know what? Maybe another time. Maybe you know.
Oh, no, we could have done it if Jay.
Bring Cam on.
I just don't really know that's going on.
I agree. I was looking at the time myself. I agree.
Yes. Yeah. Bring Cam on. Cam on for the discussion with
for the discussion.
You know what? Cam can come on the post show if he wants to.
Sure, post show. What? I don't like the post show.
Oh, so you're really selling me on it right now, Jay.
Yeah, the post show.
Yeah, I should be down for this. Oh God.
I want to go fucking. I want to go fucking smoke. God damn it. Yeah. Okay. No. Cam can come on for the post show. Why the fuck not? The post show.
Jay's gonna go splash his face with some water and wake up. And do the post show.
So yeah, Nick, it's a Wizard of Cause. It's been great having you on.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm sorry for all of the technical issues and.
That's a really nice. That's a really nice euphemism for cream rage.
Yeah, I'm sorry for creamage. I don't know. I fucking.
Hey, what the fuck?
I'm just saying you're only technically an issue, dude. I'm not. It's something.
Fucking issue. Fucking issue.
I mean, this is what the show is supposed to be about, though. It's supposed to be like, you know, we talk about ideas, and you know, sometimes people disagree, but at the end of the day, nobody goes home like with problems. Like we just like We do what
I'm
we
already
do.
home, dude. I don't know where the fuck you go to YouTube.
Wait, hang on. No one comes with
Yeah.
problems. Everyone comes with
Yeah.
problems.
I know what you're on about, Red. Red is
Everyone's
high
already
as a
home.
fucking.
So
why
everybody
let-
stays home without any problems. It's a great thing.
Well, you know what I mean. We tried not to make it personal.
Yeah. No, everything I say is personal. Everything. You're a
Nick,
piece
I
of
want to
shit.
speak to you. I want to speak to you one-on-one. By the way,
Okay, well, wait
Just
until I've
quietly.
eaten my dinner.
Yeah.
eat your fucking dinner, you stupid cunt.
I haven't eaten all day, and it's fucking 7:30 right now. In the
Mate.
nighttime. So I'm gonna go
This
eat.
guy's-
It was good streaming with you. All of 15 of you should subscribe, so this guy will have twice as many subscribers. Shit. Oh god. damn.
I'm at like 200 now, so that's.
Oh, dude,
that's-
no, trust me. In 6 months, you'll have twice as many as I do. It'll be fine. I'm not.
Yeah, I don't know.
6 months, by the way.
Trends
All
continue.
right.
Good night, guys. Kramer, did you just message? I'll keep Discord open, and maybe in between episodes of Clone Wars, I'll attend.
Yeah, no, like right fucking now. Right fucking now.
No, I'm going to cook now, so you get fucked. I'll talk to
You
you later.
bushy fucking Australian. Have a good night, Nick.
Thanks
Have
for
a
being
good
on,
night, dude. It
mate.
was fun.
All right, see you, man.
Yeah.
God damn it, Creamage. We gotta talk about your boundary issues, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You pushy motherfucker.
You fucking pestering Marshall the other night to sing. You know, you keep pestering. Come on. You gotta
That's
fucking-
cool. I love it. I love you, Creamage, dude. It's all good.
I do too. You fucking.
Salty ball, drowned as a ball.
Ugh,
Fuck,
I
dude.
think we can all agree that the real problem here is Jay. You know.
You also
Yeah.
fucking no. Creamage is a problem. He fucking married my sister to Marshall Manson. What the fuck is that shit?
I think your sister could do a lot worse than Marshall Manson. Okay.
I don't know, motherfuckers. Everyone's fucking. I don't like it. It's retarded. It's bullshit. It's gay. It's gay shit. I don't like gay shit. Okay. I do
Oh,
like
Lock
still
that
live?
shit
What's
down
happening?
early.
Are
he
we
blows
live?
up. Outside post show. Go smoke a jet. Yeah. Okay. Here's what we're doing. Okay. Fuck you, Chess. I take a lot of things seriously, and I don't take. Fuck you. Anyway. Yeah. No. I don't take
Nobody
it.
takes Jay seriously. You're correct. Yeah.
A lot of people. I am the most. I fucking hate you guys. Everyone. Shit. Yeah, we'll do a post show. Yeah, the post show. Everyone, come to the post show. Thanks for watching. Subscribe. Fucking check out my fucking Patreon and all that shit. Be a cool person. Go fucking subscribe to Wizard of Cause and Jeff Holiday if for some reason you're already subscribed to us and not them. I don't know why. That doesn't make any sense, but you know.
Whatever happened tonight? Holy
Jesus.
shit! I'm so fucked. By the way.
Yeah. Okay. We'll see you all in
We
the
drank a
post show.
bowl of wine.
Yeah. Yep.
That's all.